Exclusive. Tia Mowry says, it's not about being the perfect parent during back-to-school season. Back-to-school season is here, and everyone is feeling the stress, parents, teachers, and kids alike. It's a hectic time, with new schedules and supplies, and the challenge of making easy weeknight dinners that won't burn you out at the end of a long day. But luckily, moms like Tia Mowry are trying to help fellow parents through all the craziness, one step at a time. Mowry has collaborated with many initiatives over the years, with one goal in mind when selecting partnerships, to help parents feel like they're not alone. Now, she's partnering with General Mills, which she calls the perfect fit for her to team up with for the back-to-school season. She says, I'm really excited to be partnering up with General Mills and Box Tops for Education because they basically want to support families during the transition from summer to adjusting to this whole back-to-school routine. I am a mom of two, and I totally understand the back-to-school routine, Mowry tells She Knows. I understand how it can be overwhelming at times with getting the kids up early, making breakfast, making sure that the kids have brushed their teeth, they have unclean socks, underwear, making sure that their backpacks are packed, and then just getting the kids out of the house at a decent time. I understand how all of this is happening all at once. It's definitely happening all at once, and no one knows that better than Mowry, who wants parents to remember something crucial. It's not about being the perfect parent. It's about finding ways and strategies that can make this thing called parenthood easier and less stressful. But those aren't the only words of wisdom we gleaned from this multi-talented mama. Below, see what Mowry told She Knows about back-to-school season, self-care, and what fans can expect from her for the rest of 2025. On back-to-school season and self-care. So what is this program she's so passionate about for the back-to-school season? It's an initiative to help parents help their kids' schools, and get something super important to their kids in the process, free snacks. General Mills is actually giving away free snacks, she revealed. General Mills is actually giving away free snacks, she reveals, saying all families have to do is just buy one General Mills Box Tops product and one eligible snack item in the same transaction, and they can get a rebate up to $12.99. She adds, the best part about the program is they can download the Box Tops for Education app to earn cash for local schools in the area, which is so amazing because it's all about supporting community. But, Mowry reminds us, you have to remember to scan the receipts in the app to make it happen. While she's making the hectic season easier for others, Mowry is also finding ways to make it all easier on herself and her own children, Cree, 14, and Cairo, 7. One thing that I love doing is just putting some of our favorite General Mills snacks by the door as they head out to school. They can just grab whatever it is that they want, throw it in their backpack, she says. For herself, easy weeknight dinners like one-pot turkey meatball and spaghetti are her busy day go-to. I really cater to one-pot meals. So you're just dumping everything in a pot and stirring and cooking everything in that one pot, or sheet pan dinners where everything is on the sheet pan. It's all about practicality and trying to make things easier. Another trick she has for making this time easier is to focus on yourself for a minute. Like, especially during back-to-school days or just back-to-school season, I always like to wake up earlier than the kids so that I get in a meditation, I get in some breath work, I get in some journaling, just so that I can center myself, and so that I'm not projecting anything onto my kids. She adds, I always like to just kind of reset my nervous system for the day, set some intentions, and then when mom is centered, then mom can definitely be present as much as she can for her kids. Spoken like a true self-care queen. On her kids' self-care. Her kids are just like her in so many ways, including when it comes to self-care. Whether you're a new fan of Mowry's or have loved her since the 90s, you know one thing quickly, she is all about affirmations, and so are her kids. I'm just not a gatekeeper. If I can see that there is a benefit to positivity and just putting positive words in your psyche, I wanna do that for my kids as well. Right next to his bed, my son has a frame with affirmations and just goals for the year written out. So every day that he wakes up, he can look at it, and it's, like, implanted in his psyche. She smiles, also noting that she tries to encourage him while he's at school too. If I know that he has a test that he's very nervous about, I'll send him a text, and I'll give him an affirmation that's kid-friendly and funny at the same time. But Cree isn't the only one who's becoming a self-care master. Mowry revealed her amazing daughter, Cairo, already starts her day by meditating, and isn't shy about setting boundaries. She's like, Mom, I need some space, in the morning, and then she'll just do a little zen kind of pose, Mowry laughs. So she's already on it, like, she doesn't even need my help to recenter herself at times. But at night, I will definitely give her affirmations to say. So she'll say, I am smart. I am beautiful. I am kind. I am compassionate. I am a huge believer, and I do see a shift when I apply that to my parenting. On parenting in her career. Mowry has been on our screens, and in our hearts, for decades, starring in projects such as Sister, The Game, and A Very Merry Beauty Salon, to name a few. But as a mom of two, and a former child star, she has a new way to choose what's right for her. When asked about which projects she decides to take on, she says she's very intentional, and it has to help her maintain her peace. Where I am right now in my career, it has to feel good. It can't necessarily take me away from my kids. I don't like to change their dynamic up too much or their routine up too much. Then there has to be some sort of inspiration behind whatever the project is, because I feel like fame without purpose is very dangerous. If it is allowing for inspiration, fun, joy, just alignment, then I'll say yes to it. If it doesn't, I'll say no, she continues. As a child, I was so used to saying yes, I was definitely more of a people pleaser. As I've gotten older, I've realized that it's okay to say no, and saying no is basically self-love. It's protecting your energy, protecting your aura, protecting your legacy. Among these intentional, carefully selected projects is a new movie. I have a Netflix movie coming out. It's a Christmas movie, and I'm so excited, Mowry reveals. And what is interesting is usually I'm always playing the love interest, but this time around, I'm actually playing the nemesis, which is pretty cool. I don't wanna give away too much, but let's just say her heart becomes softened during the holiday season. She's a single mom to a daughter, and I just thought that it was a great script. Plus, there's her haircare line, For You by Tia. We are constantly evolving and growing, and I'm just having so much fun with that. She says that while she adores all the projects she's been a part of in her life, motherhood is her biggest and I feel like the best role that I will ever have till the day I die. I just love being a mom, and it's my biggest blessing. Actually, some of my friends this morning, they were saying, man, if I had a mom like you, you know. I really take that seriously, the Twitch's alum adds. No matter how old they get, I will always be their mom. And how no matter how old they get, I will always be their mom. And anything that I could do to support them, that's my goal. Tia Mowry at 47, I didn't allow fame to define me, now she's owning her next act exclusive. The Sister star reflects on her 90s fame, motherhood and vulnerability. As the star of the hit 90s sitcom Sister, opposite her twin sister Tamara, Tia Mowry has been in the spotlight for most of her life. Now 47 and a divorced mom of two, the actress, who also starred in shows like The Game, Instant Mom and Family Reunion, has branched out with a YouTube channel, Tia Mowry's Quick Fix, and a natural hair care line, For You. Mowry's latest project is a partnership with General Mills to help parents ease into the busy back-to-school season through the brand's free snacks offer with Box Tops for Education, a double-digit rebate designed to bring savings while supporting schools. As a mom, I really understand how overwhelming and hectic the school routine can be, from getting the kids up early in the morning to making breakfast and lunch to packing their bags and making sure they're properly dressed and can get out the door on time, she says. It all happens at once. General Mills is meeting families where they're at, and anything we can do to take the load off and not be as stressed helps our confidence, she adds, noting that her family's favorite snacks from the brand are Mott's apple-filled snack bars and Cheerios. During a break from back-to-school prep, Tia Mowry sat down with Woman's World to discuss growing up in the spotlight, getting vulnerable through Instagram and reality TV and more. Staying grounded as a 90s teen star. Tia and Tamara Mowry were just 16 when Sister began in 1994, and they managed to stay grounded despite becoming TV stars at such a young age. I was raised to be intentional, the actress says. My mom and dad taught me that work is work and home is home. They really allowed me to be a child. When I came home from work, I would do all of the things that a teenager would do, like homework and chores. That wasn't always so fun, but it really kept me grounded. I didn't allow fame to define my identity, she emphasizes. Acting was just something that I loved to do. It was all about developing character. Yes, I'm an actress, but who am I outside of that? Do I have integrity? I had to have compassion and be a kind person, so I think that really helped. Looking back on the 90s, Mowry muses, I think multi-generational television was one of the great things about that era. We had that lineup where you looked forward to sitting down with the whole family watching a television show that was great for everyone. Right now you don't see that as much, and I miss relatable shows where you get a little lesson at the end of an episode. Sister embodied this type of family-friendly viewing, and the Mowry girls' fun fashions inspired many of their young viewers. There were some cool trends then, like those hats with a big flower in the middle, but I totally wouldn't wear that today. She says with a laugh. She does still rock some of her favorite 90s looks. It was all about the plaid tights with Doc Martens back then. I actually have a pair of Docs now, and so does my daughter, she says. I also still have a pair of denim overalls. I think those will always be in style. From 90s sitcoms to Christmas movies and reality shows. In recent years, Mowry has starred in a variety of Christmas movies, including popular Lifetime and Hallmark titles, and in 2024 she had her own reality show, Tia Mowry, My Next Act. Mowry will next be seen in the Netflix Christmas movie My Secret Santa. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do any more Lifetime movies. She notes, and she loves the comfort and joy these movies bring, saying, there's a psychology to them. They help you come together as a family and escape from the everyday with a feel-good story. Reflecting on her reality show, Mowry, who previously starred in Tia and Tamara with her sister, says, I thought I would never go back to reality. Reality is hard. You really have to have thick skin. When someone critiques a character, you can always go back to, well, I didn't write that. But when you invite people into your real world, it opens up a platform for people to have opinions about your vulnerabilities, and that isn't always easy. Ultimately, Mowry has found strength through the vulnerability of reality TV, saying, I've learned that when you're vulnerable, that's where change happens and where people are able to relate to you. I'm okay with that, because I'm not doing this just for myself, I'm doing this to inspire and to help others. I was okay with opening up my world, and I cannot tell you how many women walked up to me and said, thank you. To me, that's all that matters. Getting candid on Instagram. I want to inspire and help families, says Mowry, and to that end, she uses her Instagram account to share refreshingly candid posts about race, aging, health and motherhood with a loyal audience of nearly 13 million followers. I really think that's my purpose, she says of her online presence. As one of the few mixed-race teen stars of the 90s, I learned at a young age that representation and community really matters, she says. I like to use my platform to inspire and share. I'm not a gatekeeper, she explains. It brings me purpose, and I feel like fame without purpose is deadly. If I can use my platform and people are looking at me, why not make good use of that? We agree, and we love that Tia Mowry is speaking to a bigger audience than ever in her 40s. Tia Mowry reveals she's been manifesting a return to reality TV exclusive. Parade caught up with the sister star in an exclusive interview. Tia Mowry's reality TV days may not be over just yet. The sister alum, 47, revealed which show she'd go on if she ever returned to unscripted television while chatting exclusively with Parade amid her partnership with General Mills and Box Tops for Education. Her last reality gig was Tia Mowry, My Next Act, which premiered on WeTV in 2024. I never thought that I would return back to reality TV, she says of her last series. It was challenging, but also a great experience. I feel like, again, sharing vulnerability is where growth happens. Not only for me, but for others. The show was very therapeutic for me, and it's great to even see as I was filming and then saw it when it aired, how much I'd grown from that one episode. I was like, oh, wow. I don't feel that way. It was great to have something to look back to. She continues, I would love to do a competition show. It's actually something that I have been manifesting. So, we'll see. A dating show, I think, would be really fun. Those are kind of really popular right now. Or any competition show with food. I did have a show a few years ago, Food Network Star Kids. I had a blast hosting a competition show. So, we'll see.